very important. Let's start. I'll go layer. Roadmap, not important. This picture is not important. 12 kids is not important. Transport and network layer since protocol won't be tested. This part won't be tested, and transportation layer action won't be tested, and this part won't be tested, and multiplex. No, he won't ask this. He won't ask this. He won't ask this, and he won't ask this. Socket is always very important. You need to know the source port and destination port and other things is not very important. Connection is not important. Not important. You met them on the lab, but in the course it won't happen a lot. TCP/IP won't test to you, and in the summary, you need to understand it, but it won't test to you these informations. UDP user datagram protocol won't test to you, connectors won't test to you, won't test to you, won't test you, won't test you, won't test you. Yeah, you will definitely need to write it down. The segment header, especially the checksum. Checksum is very important things. For example, how to transfer the checksum, how to calculate the checksum. Everything is considered by your professor how to speak it, but you need to remember how to calculate the checksum. It's very, very important. Now you see a internet checksum transfer. This is quite important. Okay, very, very important. Principal relied data transfer. No. In here, you need to remember the whole process because the professor will give you a picture and they are not like deliver data. You need to write them down by yourselves, especially this. Let me take a look. RDT 3.0. Where's the picture? This picture will definitely show on your midterm. Will definitely happen. Okay, you need to remember this picture very, very carefully. This will happen on the quiz or on the midterm. You need to remember it. In action, not. This might also happen. You remember all the graphs in the slides are very important. This is L division by R. I told you it's definitely will happen. This won't. 3 stop and wait. You need to know what is stop and wait operation because it's quite important. Pipeline protocol operation won't. Go back N is very important. No matter in the midterm or in the final, you need to understand it why and what things will happen as a go back N. It's definitely very important. You need to remember this picture, what happened, and why these things will look like this. Selective repeat, no, not happen, not important. Send and receive, yeah. Let me take a look. TCP is important. You maybe need to remember what's the difference of these blocks. These blocks are very hard to understand flow control segment. 3 handshake. Is that 3 handshake? The professor will like block this and let you write down the number. What happened? You need to know. It's need to +1. It will happen at the exams. Round trip time, timeout. Yeah, this. Some professors don't like to test you about it, but some professor likes you test it very much. You can remember it. Fast transmission. Yeah, you need to understand the whole logic in this processing, and after you know that, you will write it down easily. Connect TCP control, flow control. Flow control is important. You need to understand why and what happened if it deliver like something happens. Flow control, you need to understand them very carefully. It's not important. Two-way handshake, not important, because three handshake scenarios is very important. Yes, three-way handshake. See it? See it there? Remember it carefully. Okay, and congestion scenario, you just need to remember the picture and understand the reason why picture looks like this. And if you understand all the picture, let me see, there's a combination of the, yes, you see here, there is the most important things. You need to remember all of them and understand why it will happen, and then you can get good grades, okay? TCP control. AIMD. You need to explain why AMD, what AMD is, okay? AMD and the control detail. Slow start, you need to know the slow start meaning and difference between slow start to congestion void. You need to know this is important, quite important, okay? You need to understand the whole processing of it. Cubic will happen at the final, it won't happen in the midterm, because midterm usually everything is standby at the RDT 3.0, and then you need to prepare for the final for it. This is very, very frequently happen at the final. You definitely need to know it. These pictures, block net link is not important. Congestion control, not important, not important, not important. Yeah, he will ask, is TCP fail? It's not, might be, it's a good question, but you need to figure out by yourself. This is not important. This is not important. Summarize. Yeah, you see, go back in is very important. TCP throughout port. Yeah, you need to know why. Okay, this is also important. You need to know all the picture. This long fast pipe, not very important. You just need to understand this reason. So what I said important is really important. What I said not important is quite not important. But maybe you need to know the reason and the process. Okay, thank you.